How greed kills a good game. With all the recent drama around Overwatch versus Marvel Rivals, I wanted to make a video just quickly talking about why I feel these games are failing. Firstly, let's go over some game examples. I've seen games coming out and screwing their reputation in a number of ways, and just doing very little to fix this negative reception they've built up. Getting the obvious example out of the way, Overwatch 2. They released a sequel no one asked for. They originally made players' currency from the first game pointless. They removed a bunch of features from Overwatch 1 like the on fire system for no reason. The game came out with a battle pass that was so greedy it made the loot boxes look like charity in comparison. They locked away new heroes behind either extensive grinding the average player doesn't have time for, or requiring the player to buy the battle pass and still force them to grind to a certain level before acquiring the new hero. The closure of their esports scene, and last, but definitely not least, the promise of PvE content that was never delivered.
Welcome to the everyday experience of being an Overwatch 2 fan. Every time there is a new announcement from the Overwatch development team, it's just bad news. It's getting visited by Krampus every few months when they make some kind of new details about what's going on with Overwatch. It's always just awful, disastrous news.
Another game that comes to mind is Evolve. Just like Overwatch, it was an amazing game. Had flaws, but so much long-term potential. I believe the big reason it failed was just how greedy the monetization was. The game was full price at release, and they wanted you to pay even more for new monsters. Skins that you wouldn't even be excited for if you were given for free they were charging for.
I mean, look at this shit! What is this shit? What do we get? What is this? Is that blue? Is that fucking blue? This is fucking blue. You're giving me a gun that's painted blue and you want to charge me $2. It's not even good DLC. It's not even good cosmetic skins. Look at this shit. They didn't put effort into it. What the fuck?
Even after they fixed a lot of these issues with Evolve Stage 2, the damage was done and their reputation was in shambles. Game companies really seem to underestimate negative feedback. I feel companies believe in the saying, all attention is good attention. Overwatch 2 came out, and through the years of feedback, they have done the minimum to make their community happy. It's like they act as if the player base revolting is just free publicity.
One of the strangest phenomena to have occurred in gaming over the past year are game companies releasing updates to their games that call themselves a sequel, and then desperately trying to convince us that yes, this is the sequel, even though it's still using the same launcher as the original and literally replaced the original and is update 3.37 of the original.
They were the most competent, competitive team-based shooter in the market, so really didn't have much competition, and it showed with how they monetized their game. Confident that the player base didn't have other options, so continued to take advantage of the players with more and more greedy monetization.
Overwatch's monetization has got worse. So the gilded mythic aspects cost $20 and you need a fully upgraded mythic skin to actually unlock the $20 option to buy the gilded. It costs 20 mythic prisms. A mythic prism is $1. You do not earn enough mythic prisms in the battle pass to be able to buy these if you buy a skin. You have to unlock a skin, a mythic skin that is, to level 4 before you can even apply this aspect. It is the most disgustingly cheap, diabolical monetization plan, and I think this encapsulates the game's sort of approach towards, let's just target whales and let's rinse them as much as possible.
Suddenly, the arrival of Marvel Rivals. Players have been given an out and people couldn't be happier. It's like finally finding someone who treats you right after an abusive ex. Marvel Rivals releases free to play and gives all current and future heroes away for free. Although not exactly charitable with skins, skins are optional anyways. Playable characters in a competitive FPS should be free for everyone to play, so there is a level playing field. There are even rumours that Rivals will be releasing PvE content, which if Overwatch doesn't change soon, will probably be the final nail in the coffin. I remember when Overwatch 1 was being teased and people called it the death of Team Fortress 2. And well, that just didn't happen. Both got their own player bases and were both praised separately for what each brought to the market. The more competitive Overwatch and the more casual TF2. But the results seem to speak for themselves. Marvel Rivals is killing Overwatch 2. Stealing players directly from their game and providing meaningful content that Overwatch 2 desperately needed. Overwatch now has a choice. They can either continue what they're doing and pray that the loyalty of their fans they have accumulated sticks with them through these hard times, or change up their approach and start being less greedy, which I'm sure their shareholders will not be kind about. Hopefully Overwatch 2 can be a lesson learned for developers moving forward, taking advantage of their player bases left, right and centre at every opportunity to squeeze money out of them will impact their longevity of the game. Players will rise up and cry for a better game to take its place, and that's exactly what happened here. I hope you enjoyed, and please consider liking and subscribing. Just past 500, which is amazing, and hoping to see people who have previously commented continuing to engage in this content. Regardless if you do or don't, have a great day.